let us discuss the solutions of assignment 1 and 2 of algebra. So this is the first question in the first assignment. So the question was that which of the following expressions are polynomials. So you can see that this is a polynomial, this is also a polynomial. For the polynomial, the condition is that the powers of x should be whole numbers. The coefficients can be real numbers, right? Or they might be complex numbers also, but the powers of x should be real numbers. That is itself the condition. So this is also a polynomial. This is not a polynomial because you can see that the power of x is -1, so that is not allowed. And this is also not a polynomial because the power of x is -10, so that's why this is not a polynomial. And this is also a polynomial. And if I were to ask you about the degree of these polynomials, then this is of degree 7, and this is of degree 3, and this is of degree 1. So let us move to the second question. So here you were given a polynomial f of x is divided by x cube minus x, and you were asked to find its remainder. So this problem we will do by the usual method, that is using the remainder theorem. Or let us, the remainder theorem is used for linear factors, right? If I were to ask you the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus a, then you would tell it as f of a. But here it is divided by x cube minus x, so let us say the remainder is ax square plus bx plus c, right? Because the divisor is a cubic, so remainder should always be less than the degree of remainder should always be less than the degree of divisor. So I will write f of x, that is x plus x power 9 plus x power 25 plus x power 49 plus x power 81 as x cube minus x into some quotient q of x, right? If I divide this polynomial f of x by x cube minus x, and I'll get some quotient, that is q of x, and some remainder, that is r of x. So remainder is ax square plus bx plus c. Now if you put x is equals to 0, x is equals to 1, and x is equals to -1, this will be 0, right? So you will have three equations in a, b and c, and if you solve those three equations, you will get a as 0, c as 0, and b as 5. So the remainder will be 5x, right? So you can solve these equations and you can finally get the remainder as 5x. So let us move to the third question. Show that x minus 1 whole square is a factor of x power n minus nx plus n minus 1. Now you see, if I want to prove that x minus 1 is a factor of f of x, then I will simply prove that f of 1 is 0, right? So x minus 1 is a factor of f of x if f of 1 is 0. So here x minus 1 whole square is a factor, it means x minus 1 is definitely a factor. So see, let f of x is equal to x power n minus nx plus n minus 1, and if I compute f of 1, this is 1 minus n plus n minus 1, which is 0. So then I can say that x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 is a factor of f of x. But I want to prove that x minus 1 whole square is a factor of f of x, right? So proving just x minus 1 is a factor is not sufficient. I want to prove that x minus 1 whole square is also a factor of f of x. Now you can do it in this way, that if you take the f of x and if you divide by x minus 1 whole square, you get some quotient q of x and some remainder that will be of the form ax plus b, because divisor is degree 2, so remainder should be less than degree 2, so that will be of the form ax plus b. Now the thing is, if you put x is equals to 1, you will get 0 is equals to a plus b. So you have one equation in a plus b, but now how to get another equation in a and b, right? If we want to prove that x minus 1 whole square is a factor of this, then we need to prove that remainder should be 0, that is a and b both should be 0. But here how to get that second equation for a and b, right? With only one equation you can't solve for a and b. So this is a little bit difficult to prove it from here, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to factorize this f of x itself. So I am going to factorize this f of x. So see, we have x power n minus nx plus n minus 1. So I am writing it as x power n minus 1 minus n into x minus 1, right? And we know x power n minus 1 is nothing but x minus 1 into x power n minus 1, x power n minus 2, so on, plus x plus 1 minus n into x minus 1, right? This is the formula for x power n minus 1. This we have seen so many times. If you have any doubt, you can just multiply these two equations and you can check that you will get x power n minus 1. Next, x minus 1 is definitely common, so I can take that common, and I have x power n minus 1 plus x power n minus 2 plus so on plus x plus 1 minus n, right? So this is my f of x. This is my f of x. So as you can clearly see, x minus 1 is a factor, and I want to prove that x minus 1 whole square is a factor. So in this I need to prove that, let us say this is gx, I need to prove that there is a factor x minus 1 hidden inside gx, right? So I need to prove, okay, to prove x minus 1 whole square is a factor of f of x, is a factor of f of x, let us prove x minus 1 is a factor of g of x, right? I need to prove that x minus 1 is hidden in this g of x. So how will I prove that x minus 1 is a factor of g of x? I'll just compute g of 1. If this turns out to be 0, then x minus 1 is a factor of g of x. If this g of 1 is not 0, then x minus 1 is not a factor of g of x, right? And that will not be possible because he is asking us to prove that x minus 1 whole square is a factor. So definitely you will have x minus 1 factor hidden in g of x. So let us compute g of 1. So this is 1 power n minus 1 plus 1 power n minus 2 plus so on plus 1 square plus 1 plus 1 minus n. So you can see that this is n, right? So this is n minus 1 n minus 2 and this is n minus 1 times n plus 1. So this is n minus 1 plus 1 minus n. So this is 0. So g of 1 is 0 means x minus 1 is a factor of g of x, right? So you can write f of x as x minus 1 into g of x, you can write as x minus 1 into some h of x. So clearly x minus 1 whole square is a factor of f of x. So let us move to the next question. In this question you are given a function f of x and I given you the value of f of 2020 and it was asked to find the value of f of minus 2020. So I mean the numbers might appear to be big, but actually this question is very simple. This question is just based on the idea. See, all the powers of x are odd, right, except this 5. This is x power 0. So this is the only even power and all other powers are odd. So if you find f of x plus f of minus x, right, so f of x is ax power 9 plus minus 3x power 7, bx 5 plus cx plus 5, and f of minus x will be minus ax power 9 plus 3x power 7 minus bx power 5 minus cx plus 5. So all these terms will get cancelled. You will be just left with 10, right? So f of x plus f of minus x is 10 in this case if the function is in this way. So then I can say that f of 2020 plus f of minus 2020 is 10. So f of minus 2020 is 10 minus 1005. So this is minus 995. Let us move to the next question. So in this question you were given that f of x is a x power 4 plus ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So f of x is a 4th degree polynomial and it is such that f of 1 is equals to 10, f of 2 is equals to 20 and f of 3 is equals to 30. Now you need to find here the value of f of 12 plus f of minus 8 divided by 10. Let us try to solve this problem. So you can observe that f of x is equals to 10 into x for x is equals to 1, 2 and 3, right? You can see the pattern 10, 20 and 30. So I can say that f of x minus 10x is 0 for x is equals to 1, 2 and 3. And let me call this a new function g of x which is 0 for x is equals to 1, 2 and 3. But you try to see that the degree of f of x is how much? It is 4. So degree of f of x minus 10x, if you just subtract 10x here, still the degree will be 4. So the degree of g of x is 4 and g of x is monic. Monic means the leading coefficient is 1, right? So I can write g of x as, see, g of x is 0 for x equal to 1, 2 and 3. So definitely x minus 1 is a factor, x minus 2 is a factor, and x minus 3 is also a factor of g of x. But since g of x is of degree 4, you can't just say that this is g of x, right? This is just a third degree polynomial. So let us say another factor is some x minus some k, right? So try to understand this. G of x is equals to 0 for x is equals to 1, 2 and 3. So I can say that x minus 1, x minus 2 and x minus 3 are definitely the factors of g of x by the factor theorem. But since g of x is a polynomial of degree 4, then you can't just stop here, right? This is just the degree 3. So you will have some another factor of a linear degree of degree 1. So I am taking that factor as x minus k. And since the leading coefficient is 1, so this is just 1. So this is my g of x. Now we want to compute what? F of 12 plus f of minus 8 over 10, right? So I can say that f of x minus 10x is equals to x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 and x minus k. So I can say that f of x is x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x minus 3 times x minus k plus 10 times x. Now let us compute f of 8 plus f of minus 12. So f of 8 is what? 8 minus 1, 7 into 6 into 5 into 8 minus k plus 80, right? Plus f of minus 12 is what? Minus 13 into minus 14 into minus 15 into minus 12 minus k plus 10 into minus 12, right? I have just computed f of 8 plus f of minus 12, right? So I have just put x is equal to 8 in this equation and x is equals to minus 12 here. So I got all these things. Now you see I can express this as, this is 7 into 6 into 5 into 8 minus 7 into 6 into 5 into 8 into k plus 80, and this is, say, okay, just a second, I think we are missing something. It was asked to find f of 12 plus f of minus 8. Okay, I have taken here f of 8 plus f of minus 12, so this is a mistake. We want to find the value of f of 12 plus f of minus 8, right? Yeah. So let us put x is equals to 12 in this equation. So I'll get 12 minus 1, 11 into 12 minus 2, 10 into 12 minus 3, 9 into 12 minus k plus 120. Now let us put minus 8 in this equation. So I'll get minus 9 into minus 10 into minus 11 into minus 8 minus k and minus 80. So this is 9 into 10 into 11 into 12 minus 9 into 10 into 11 into k plus 120, and this is plus 8 into 9 into 10 into 11, and this is plus 9 into 10 into 11 into k minus 80, right? So then you can see that these two terms which are involving k gets cancelled, and finally you can compute this. I think you will get this 19840, and it is asked to find the value of f of 12 plus f of minus 8 divided by 10. So the answer would be 1984, right? So I think this is clear. So the important thing here is, here the degree of g of x is 4, and we know only the three factors, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. So I have just assumed another factor as x minus k, and I mean it magically turns out that when I compute f of 12 plus f of minus 8, this terms involving k gets cancelled. Then only I am able to compute the answer. So this was it for assignment 1. So let us move to assignment 2. So the first question in this assignment was, find a fourth degree equation with rational coefficients, one of whose roots is root 7 minus root 5. Right, so let us take x is equals to root 7 minus root 5. Now you can say that x minus root 7 minus root 5 is equals to 0 is a polynomial whose root is root 7 minus root 5, but the coefficients should be rational, and these are not rational, right? So you can't just do it like this. So let us square it. So x square would be 7 plus 5 minus 2 root 35, that is 12 minus 2 root 35. So then I could say that x square minus 12 is equals to minus 2 root 35, and I want to eliminate the irrationality here, root 35, so I'll just square it again. So x square minus 12 whole square is 4 times 35, and then you can simplify this and you will get the answer. Right, you can do it in another way that we have discussed. If x minus root 7 minus root 5, right, root 7 minus root 5 is a root, then root 7 plus root 5 is also a root, right, and also minus root 7 plus root 5 is a root, and minus root 7 minus root 5 is also a root. So if you just multiply these 4 brackets, then also you will get the same polynomial. So let us move to the next question. So in this question you are asked to find a polynomial equation with lowest degree with rational coefficients whose one of roots is cube root 2 plus 3 into cube root 4. Now you see, I'll assume x is equals to cube root 2 plus 3 times cube root 4, and see, we want to make the coefficients rational, and here you have irrational things, and these are involving cube roots. So then let us cube it, right? Let us cube the equation on both sides. So x cube would be, this is 2 plus this would be a cube plus b cube. B cube would be 27 into 4 plus 3ab, 3 into a into b, 3 times cube root 4, right? So this is 3ab into a plus b. A plus b is cube root 2 plus 3 into cube root 4. So then I could say that this is x cube is equals to 2 plus 108 plus 3 times cube root 2 into cube root 4 would be cube root 8, that is 2, right, into this entire thing I can write it as x, right, because this is nothing but x. So this is very important step here, right? If you just leave it as it is and if you start computing, it will be very lengthy. So this thing you can replace it with x. So then I can say that this is x cube is equals to 2 plus 108 plus this is 3 into cube root 8 is 2 into x. So finally you have the equation x cube minus 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. So 18x minus 110 is equals to 0. So this is a cubic equation, right? The lowest degree is 3 and it has rational coefficients, and one of its root is cube root 2 plus 3 into cube root 4. So let us move to the third question. Here it was given that 1 alpha 2 so on alpha n minus 1 are roots of x power n minus 1 equal to 0, and n belongs to n and n greater than or equal to 2, and you need to show that 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2 and so on is equals to n. So see, x power n minus 1 is a polynomial of nth degree, so it has n zeros, and you are already given all the n zeros, right? These are n minus 1 zeros and this is 1, so there are n zeros. So I can write this as x minus 1, x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2, so on, x minus alpha n minus 1, right? And the leading coefficient is 1, so the leading coefficient is 1, right? Now you see, you want to find the value of 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2 and so on 1 minus alpha n minus 1. So you see that if I put x is equals to 1, then entire expression will be generated here, right? 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2, so on 1 minus alpha n minus 1. This is fine. But this is becoming 0 and this is becoming 0. So if you put x is equals to 1 directly in this equation, you would simply get 0 is equal to 0. That will be of no use, right? So what I am doing is, I am just dividing this by x minus 1, so that here you just have x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2 and x minus alpha n minus 1. And x power n minus 1 can be written as x minus 1 into x power n minus 1, x power n minus 2 and so on plus x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equals to this thing as it is. So I can just cancel x minus 1 and I have x power n minus 1 plus x power n minus 2 plus so on plus x plus 1 is equals to x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2 and x minus alpha n minus 1. Now see, I want 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2 and so on. So just put x is equals to 1 here. So here you have 1 power n minus 1, 1 power n minus 2 so on plus 1 power 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2, 1 minus alpha n minus 1. So this is nothing but equal to n, right? So these are n minus 1 terms and this is 1. So this is n is equal to 1 minus alpha 1, 1 minus alpha 2 and 1 minus alpha n minus 1. So this is what you were asked to prove. So let us move to the next question. So here you have a 4th degree equation, right, whose roots are given to you alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and you want to find this value in terms of p, q, r and s. So since the roots of this equation x power 4 plus q px cube plus qx square plus rx plus x s are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, so I can write this as x minus alpha, x minus beta, x minus gamma and x minus delta. Now you see, I want to compute 9 plus alpha square, 9 plus beta square and so on. So what I am doing is, I am just putting x is equals to 3 iota here. Put x is equals to 3 iota. So this is 3 iota whole power 4 plus p into 3 iota whole cube plus q into 3 iota whole square plus r into 3 iota plus s. This is nothing but 3 iota minus alpha, 3 iota minus beta, 3 iota minus gamma and 3 iota minus delta. So this is 3 power 4 is 81 and iota power 4 is 1, so this is 81, and this is minus 27 p times iota. This is minus 9q plus 3r iota plus s is 3 iota minus alpha, 3 iota minus beta, 3 iota minus gamma and 3 iota minus delta. Now in this equation 1, put x is equals to minus 3 iota. Put x is equals to minus 3 iota in this equation, right, in this equation. So if you put x is equal to minus 3 iota, you will get minus 3 iota whole power 4 plus p into minus 3 iota whole cube plus q into minus 3 iota whole square plus r into minus 3 iota plus s is equal to minus 3 iota minus alpha, minus 3 iota minus beta, minus 3 iota minus gamma and minus 3 iota minus delta. So if you just simplify this, this is 81 and this would be plus 27 p iota and this would be minus 9q minus 3r iota plus s equals to, I can just take minus common and I'll get 3 iota plus alpha, 3 iota plus beta, 3 iota plus gamma and 3 iota plus delta, right? So if you see these two equations, let us call say this as equation 2 and this as equation 3, and if I multiply this equation 2 and equation 3, on the right hand side you can see that 3 iota minus alpha, 3 iota plus alpha, a plus b times a minus b will give me a square minus b square. That would be 9 iota square minus alpha square, and 9 iota square is minus 9 minus alpha square. So you have this generated 9 plus alpha square, 9 plus beta square, and these are generated. So what I am doing is just multiply equation 2 into equation 3. So LHS is, this is 81 minus 9q plus s, right, plus iota into 3r minus 27p times this is 81 minus 9q plus s, and this is minus iota into 3r minus 27p, and this is what, 3 iota plus alpha, 3 iota minus alpha, 3 iota plus beta, 3 iota minus beta, 3 iota plus gamma, 3 iota minus gamma, and 3 iota plus delta and 3 iota minus delta. So then you can see that this is a, this is b, this is a, this is b. So this is a plus b times a minus b, so you will get a square 81 minus 9q plus s whole square minus b square. B is iota into 3r minus 27p whole square, and this would be 9 iota square minus alpha square. So minus 9 minus alpha square, minus 9 minus beta square, minus 9 minus gamma square, and minus 9 minus delta square. So then this is 81 minus 9q plus s whole square, and iota square is minus 1, so I am writing this plus 3r minus 27p whole square, and this is simply 9 plus alpha square times 9 plus beta square times 9 plus gamma square times 9 plus delta square. So this is what we want in terms of PQRS. So that is what we have got here, right? This is the final answer. So we have done in the class the problem where we have found 1 plus alpha square, 1 plus beta square, 1 plus gamma square, 1 plus delta square. So there we put x is equals to iota once and minus iota once, and then we multiplied. And to generate 9 we put 3 iota minus 3 iota and we multiplied, right? So let us move to the next question. So in this fifth question it is given that f of x is a monic polynomial with integral coefficients, and there are 4 distinct integers a, b, c, d such that f of a is equals to f of b is equals to f of c is equals to f of d is equals to 2017. We need to prove that there is no integer n such that f of n is 2020. So we have done this type of problem in the class. So let us discuss. So I am making an assumption. Let us assume that there exists integer n such that f of n is equals to 2020, right? Now I'll prove that I'll arrive at a contradiction, and then I'll say that my assumption is wrong. So it is given that f of x is equals to 2017 for x is equals to a, b, c, d, right? So I can say that f of x minus 2017 is equals to 0 for a, b, c, d, right? So then I can say that f of x minus 2017 has 4 factors: x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, and x minus d, and some another polynomial h of x, where h of x is a polynomial with integer coefficients, right? If you divide with x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, and x minus d, the polynomial f of x minus 2017, you will get quotient h of x, and that will also have integer coefficients itself. So since let me just repeat it again for you. So this polynomial was 0 for a, b, c, d, right? So x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, and x minus d were its factors by factor theorem. So I have written it in this way, and we can expect some another quotient h of x, and this is also a polynomial with integral coefficients. So now let us put n, right? Put n in this equation. Say this is equation 1. So f of n, that is 2020 minus 2017, is n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, and n minus d into some h of n, right? So this is 3 is equals to n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, and n minus d into h of n. So this is an integer, and n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, and n minus d are all different integers, right? Because a, b, c, d are all different. So n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, n minus d are all different, and are factors of 3. Because you see, integer into some integer is 3, so this n minus a is a factor of 3. So this means that n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, and n minus d are plus 1, minus 1, plus 3, and minus 3 in some order. Because for 3 you have only 4 factors, right? And n minus a, n minus b, n minus c, and n minus d are 4 factors of 3 and all different. So this should be 1, minus 1, 3, and minus 3 in some order, right? So then you can write 3 is equals to, and this would be 9, right? 9 into h of n. So this is integer. So this is a contradiction, right? 9 into integer is 3, which is not possible. So this is not possible. So this is a contradiction. So our assumption is false. This assumption that there exists some integer such that f of n is 2020, this is false. So the thing is that there exists no integer n such that f of n is equals to 2020, right? So I think this is clear. Now let us move to the next problem. So in this question it is given that f of x is a polynomial of degree 2020 and f of k is equals to 1 by k for k is equals to 1, 2, 3, so on 2021. You need to find the value of 2022, f of 2022. So let us solve this problem. See, f of k is equals to 1 by k, so I can write that f of k minus 1 by k is equals to 0 for k is equals to 1, 2, 3, so on 2021. So I can say that f of x minus 1 by x is 0 for x is equals to 1, 2, 3, so on 2021, right? This means what? F of 1 is 1 by 1, f of 2 is 1 by 2, f of 3 is 1 by 3, and so on up to 2021. So I can say that f of x minus 1 by x is 0 for x is equals to 1, 2, 3 up to 2021. This means that x f of x minus 1 is 0 for x is equals to 1, 2, 3 and 2021. Now you see that f of x is a polynomial of degree 2020, and if I multiply x with f of x, so x f of x will be of degree 2021, right? Because you have multiplied x with f of x, so this will be of degree 2021 now. So, and since this is 0 for 1, 2, 3 up to 2021, so I can say that x f of x minus 1 is x minus 1, x minus 2, so on x minus 2021, right? Because all these are factors, because this is 0 for x equal to 1, 2, 3, so on. So x minus 1, x minus 2, so on x minus 2021 are factors of this new polynomial. You can call this g of x, x f of x minus 1. And since this is of degree 2021, we already know the 2021 factors, so there is no other factor left, and let us say the leading coefficient is lambda, right? Leading coefficient is lambda. Now the thing is, I want to find the lambda. How to find lambda? This is the question. So to find lambda, the only thing which would work very well here is if you put x is equals to 0 here. If you put x is equal to 0 in equation 1, then you get 0 times f of 0, whatever it may be. So this is lambda into 0 minus 1 into 0 minus 2 and so on 0 minus 2021. So this is minus 1 is equals to lambda into, so these are odd number of brackets, so I'll get minus into 2021 factorial. So this will get cancelled and lambda is 1 by 2021 factorial. Lambda is 1 by 2021 factorial. So now my x f of x minus 1 is 2021, 1 by 2021 factorial, right, into x minus 1, x minus 2, so on x minus 2021. Now you want the value of 2022, f of 2022. So you just put x is equals to 2022 here. Put x is equals to 2022. So this will give you 2022 into f of 2022 minus 1 is 1 by 2021 factorial into, this is 2022 minus 1, so 2021, 2022 minus 2, 2020, and so on 2022 minus 2021, this is 1. So this is nothing but 2021 factorial and this is 2021 factorial. So this entirely gets cancelled, and finally you have 2022, f of 2022 is nothing but 1. So I think this is clear. So we have solved each and every question of assignment 1 and 2. I think all the solutions are clear to you. If in case you have any doubts, then you can ask me. And the important thing is, now you do the solutions on your own without seeing, right? You have already copied the solutions, that is fine, but now you close the book and try the problems again on your own, which you have not done previously, right? So that is a must do, right? If you don't do on your own, then it is not useful. Fine, so we'll end this session. Thank you.